Hi, welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Joseline. Today we're talking about the 5 mistakes that I see a lot of investors make, and hopefully after watching this video you can avoid making these mistakes yourself. The first mistake that I see a lot of investors make is that they don't have a strategy. There are a lot of ways to make money in real estate. You could either be doing flips, or you could be doing a buy and hold. You could be doing what we call a bar strategy, where you buy a property, renovate, rent it and refinance it and repeat the process, or you could just be doing wholesaling. All these strategies are different, and in order to know which strategy works for you, you have to also look at your goals. Are you looking at cash flow? Are you looking to build equity? Are you looking to build capital? Analyzing a deal will depend on the strategy that you're working with. For example, if you're looking to do a buy and hold, we definitely have to be looking at cash flow. But all these strategies will look differently when it comes to analysis. So if you don't know what strategy you're looking for, you definitely would not know what deal to get, and certainly you'll not know how to reach your goals. So for sure, be clear on what your real estate investing strategy is. Mistake number 2, not analyzing your numbers. I see a lot of investors who buy overpriced properties, or they buy properties by assuming that whatever somebody else said is true. For example, I've had a lot of people who've come to me and they bought new builds assuming that the property will be worth more by the time it's done. That is not always the case, and certainly in most cases there are other fees that are added to the purchase, like development fees and things like that, such that by the time you get possession of your property, you haven't made any money at all. So make sure that you analyze your deals, you understand exactly what you're buying and the expenses that go into that. If you're doing a flip, make sure you understand your purchase price, your comparables as to what your after repair value will be. The after repair value is the value of your property when you complete all the renovations. So make sure you understand what that value is. Make sure you understand what your renovation budget will be. And do not guess. A lot of the times if I'm doing a flip, I will bring my contractor so he can give me a code of how much he's gonna charge me to make the changes that I would like to make to the property. Double check your numbers before you buy a property. Do not take anyone's opinion and use it as though it's a fact. Make sure that you double check everything everyone is saying. I've had a lot of also my clients who bought properties just because the listing agent who's representing the seller told them that this would be a good deal, and they ended up buying it without double checking those numbers. So make sure to double check your numbers. Don't be the person who overpays for the property, because in real estate we make money on the buy. Mistake number 3 is over improving the property, especially with the flipping strategy where you're buying a property, renovating it to sell for a profit. A lot of people will over improve the property by putting luxury finishes in a property that is not a luxury property. A rule of thumb in this strategy is to look at your comparables. If your comparables have luxury finishes, then yes, you can go ahead and put luxury finishes, keeping in mind who your target client will be. If your comparables suggest average finishes, such as laminate flooring and things like that, then for sure do not over improve the property, because you will not be able to recoup your capital. And with investing, you know, our goal is to recoup our capital plus profits. So always make sure that you're looking at what the comparables are doing and that you're putting the finishes that are appropriate for that mark. Mistake number 4 is poor tenant selection. This usually happens because people do not have a system in place. What I usually do is I have a system, I have a checklist that I have to go through with every single tenant. Whether I trust them or not, whether I like them or not, I still have to take them through the process. This helps me avoid bias. It helps me avoid overlooking things, and it helps me also to make sure that my tenants are properly screened through the whole process. Treat this as a business. Every single property that I own is a business for me. So I have to make sure that I have a system in place to make sure that I'm not skipping over any processes. Mistake number 5 is analysis paralysis. This is where people will just wait and wait and wait and wait to find the perfect deal. I see this mostly with beginners, people who are just looking to buy their first property. I meet people and they tell me that they've been waiting to buy their first property, and they've been waiting since 2017. Guess what has happened in the last 5 years? Properties have at least doubled. So if you had a down payment and you could qualify for a property and you've been waiting for 5 years to buy, guess what? Prices have continued to go up, and a lot of these clients usually get outpriced in the market. They can't afford it anymore, and now they have to look in a much cheaper market. As an investor, I don't think that perfection ever exists. I saw a lot of this with when we started investing in Toronto, and everybody was saying there's a bubble, you know, we're waiting for the bubble to burst. And it's been 5 years and the bubble has not bursted. So the truth is, you cannot time the market. It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. Do not wait to buy real estate and wait, because the market, at least here in Canada, historically, it always goes up. The truth is, I've made some of these mistakes myself, and that's why I'm here sharing them with you so you can learn from my experience. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.